Japan is world famous for its innovations that take robotics to an almost unimaginable level, creating machines that go far beyond the simple concept of a tool. Robots that look like humans, such as Arika and Asuna, are designed to mimic behaviors and even spark emotional connections, completely changing the way we interact with technology. With advances that challenge the limits of science, Japan develops companions, assistants, and even substitutes for day-to-day interactions. And in today's video, you're going to meet the 10 most extraordinary robots from Japan and discover how they are revolutionizing our relationship with the future. But first, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing and it helps me a lot to keep bringing you incredible content.
Number 1. Erika. Imagine talking to someone who looks you in the eyes, responds with good humor, understands the tone of your voice, and even looks more real than many telemarketing agents. That is Erika, one of the most sophisticated creations in Japanese robotics. Developed by a team of scientists at Osaka University, Erika is not just a technological marvel, she is a true social experiment on legs. With an appearance that could fool anyone, Erika was designed to look like a young Japanese woman of about 23 years old. Her silicone skin has a texture so well crafted that it perfectly mimics human skin. Her eyes move independently, blink naturally, and follow the person she's interacting with great precision. But what impresses most is her facial and voice recognition system. She can not only identify faces, but also interpret basic emotions such as surprise or boredom. Unlike other robots that depend on commands, Erika can initiate a conversation, make light jokes, and even adjust her tone of voice according to the emotion she perceives. Thanks to her 14 infrared sensors, she detects the position and movements of people around her, allowing a much smoother, almost natural interaction. Her AI-generated voice has soft intonations and a rhythm very similar to that of humans, making her even more convincing. But Erika is not just a pretty face. She has already been tested as a news presenter, at corporate events, and even in experimental psychological consultations where researchers study whether robots could work as therapeutic tools. The idea is that in the future, robots like Erika could fill positions that require empathetic listening, such as luxury hotel receptionists, hospital assistants, or caregivers for the elderly. Many already consider her a milestone in the development of humanoid robots, and her creation shows how advanced Japan is in this field, opening the door to a future where having robotic companions like her could become a normal part of our daily lives.
Number 2. Asuna. It's almost impossible to believe she isn't human. Created by the Japanese company A-Lab under the direction of engineer Teshi Maeda, Asuna impresses not only with her realistic appearance, but also with the natural way she moves, blinks, smiles, and even seems to react emotionally. Her silicone skin and animatronic muscles incredibly simulate the gestures and expressions of a young woman. Her appearance can be customized, allowing her to be transformed into a celebrity, a family member, or even a fictional character, making her presence even more impactful. Although she does not have her own artificial intelligence, her movements are remotely controlled with such fluidity that it's difficult to tell the difference between her and a real person. The level of realism is so high that at several exhibitions, people tried to talk to her, thinking she was a real woman. And it's precisely that visual and emotional impact that makes her creation so important. Asuna challenges the limits of visual robotics, provoking real emotions in those who see her. She has already been used as a guide at exhibitions, a receptionist at tech events, and even in theater plays. Her ability to express basic emotions such as surprise, happiness, or neutrality allows her to create a connection with the audience, even if it is just an illusion. In addition, her design serves as a basis for studies on what is known as the uncanny valley, that moment when a robot looks so much like a human that it begins to provoke a strange or uncomfortable feeling. Although she has no consciousness or autonomy, what she represents is crystal clear. We are getting closer and closer to a future where robots will not only look like us, but will also occupy spaces that were once exclusively human.
Number 3. Actroid. But not only Erica and Asuna draw attention when it comes to realistic robots in Japan. Long before them, in 2003, the world was surprised by the launch of Actroid, one of the first ultra-realistic humanoid robots ever created. Developed by scientists at Osaka University in collaboration with Kokoro Company Limited, the Actroid was designed to resemble a young Japanese woman, but with an appearance that for many generates more discomfort than empathy. With silicone skin, eyes that move in coordination, lips that synchronize with speech, and even a simulation of breathing, the Actroid was a pioneer in creating the illusion of life inside a machine. It not only looks like a human being, it tries to behave like one. It can blink, move its head, make facial expressions, and react to external stimuli such as sounds or the proximity of a person. What makes it special is not just its appearance, but the way it interacts. Equipped with sensors distributed throughout its body and basic artificial intelligence, the Actroid can detect when someone approaches, make eye contact, and respond with pre-programmed phrases. Some more advanced versions even react to physical touch by showing discomfort or surprise. Although its appearance may seem somewhat stiff or even unsettling, it has been successfully used as a receptionist at international events, a guide at exhibitions, and even in educational environments as a demonstration robot. The Actroid has also been key in studies on the famous uncanny valley, that point where a robot looks so human that it begins to generate a psychological feeling of rejection. Today, it is still remembered as a milestone in the history of robotics, and more than just a simple machine, it is a reflection of how far we are willing to accept the artificial in our daily lives.
Number 4. Alter. Unlike the previous robots, which are so realistic that they could be mistaken for ordinary people, Alter stands out for its appearance. Its metallic, skeletal, almost alien-like body is completely different from traditional humanoid aesthetics. But what it lacks in visual realism, it compensates for with something much more intriguing. Spontaneous, almost organic movements that give the sensation it is thinking for itself. Created as a collaboration between artist Takashi Ikegami and renowned scientist Hiroshi Ishiguro, Alter was not designed to look human, but to act as if it had a living mind. At the heart of its operation is a system called a sensual pattern generator, which simulates the behavior of human neurons. This allows it to move autonomously, without relying on external commands or pre-programmed routines. Equipped with 42 pneumatic actuators, Alter moves its arms, head, torso, and fingers in a fluid and often unpredictable way. Its sensors capture data such as temperature, noise, proximity of people, and humidity of the air. And its reactions to these stimuli are never the same. It's as if it had moods, will, or even personality. Its presence is as unsettling as it is fascinating. In public exhibitions in Japan, many visitors have reported feeling as though they were being observed by a conscious entity. And perhaps that is precisely the idea, to break the boundary between machine and living presence without needing a pretty face or human-like expressions.
Number 5. Pepper. Designed to interact sensitively with humans, this robot can recognize emotions such as joy, sadness, and surprise. Thanks to its ease of communication, Pepper has found a place in hospitals, schools, and even banks, where its main mission is to reduce loneliness and help with everyday tasks, guiding people with a friendly and warm approach. With flexible arms and sensors that detect facial expressions and tone of voice, Pepper adapts its responses to the mood of the person it is with. It can also sing, dance, and even tell jokes. This is why it is one of the most beloved robots in Japan. Its success is due to its friendly and sensitive personality. Launched in 2014 by SoftBank Robotics, Pepper quickly became one of the most famous social robots in the world. Standing 1.2 meters tall, with big bright eyes and a cute appearance that conveys warmth, Pepper, unlike other robots that impress with realism, wins hearts with its expressiveness and way of communicating, making it ideal for public spaces where human contact is essential. It is programmed to identify up to 5 basic human emotions and respond with pre-recorded phrases or gentle movements. It has been used in more than 2,000 institutions in Japan, including funerals, religious ceremonies, stores, hotels, and even airports. Beyond emotional support, it is also an educational tool. It helps children with social difficulties improve their communication and develop emotional skills. Its presence always brings smiles, curiosity, and a more human atmosphere. Although it still has technical limitations, it represents a big step toward everyday coexistence with social robots. Its greatest virtue is not looking human, but charming people by being different.
Number 6. Ibuki. Another robot that challenges the limits of what we know is Ibuki, a creation that surprises not for its strength or technological precision, but for its innocent appearance and emotional purpose. Designed to resemble a child of about 10 years old, Ibuki represents a new step in Japanese robotics, the quest to create real emotional bonds between humans and machines. It has an expressive face, big curious eyes, smooth movements, and a calm demeanor. Unlike other robots that focus on an adult appearance or practical functions, Ibuki was created to generate empathy, especially among elderly people or those who feel lonely. Ibuki does not walk on legs. Instead, it moves on wheels. It can blink, turn its head, smile, hold someone's hand, and even imitate human expressions. Equipped with artificial intelligence, it recognizes faces, answers questions, and adapts its tone of voice to the context of the conversation. In addition, Ibuki can identify objects around it, react to sounds, and learn from each interaction. It doesn't just speak, it observes, imitates, and responds with gestures that resemble the behavior of a real child. This combination of predictable movements and a childlike appearance creates a sense of closeness carefully designed by its creators. More than a social experiment, Ibuki is already being used in nursing homes and schools, where it acts as an emotional companion and educational tool. Its purpose is clear: to ease loneliness and provide companionship, even if it is artificial.
Number 7. Nicobo. In a hyper-connected world that is becoming increasingly lonely, especially among the elderly and the young, solutions like Nicobo emerge. Designed by Panasonic, this companion robot was created to provide emotional support, reacting affectionately to touch, much like a cat's purr. According to Professor Michio Okada from Toyohashi University, this type of interaction can reduce loneliness and foster a sense of responsibility in the person who cares for it. Nicobo is not simply a pet replacement, but a low-maintenance companion that recognizes faces, responds to voice, and even asks for attention with subtle gestures, sparking a feeling of connection in a world where it's becoming harder to feel accompanied.
Number 8. Aibo. Known as Sony's robotic dog, Aibo was the world's first AI-powered robotic pet. It is capable of developing its own personality, adapting to the family environment, and interacting with household members. Equipped with cameras, sensors, and AI, it recognizes faces, responds to touch and affection, learns commands, and expresses emotions through movements and sounds. Unlike other robots with programmed responses, Aibo evolves over time. As it lives with its owners, it develops unique behaviors depending on how it is treated. Each Aibo becomes different. It can be more playful or calmer, depending on the relationship it builds with the family. With eyes made of OLED screens and about 30 motors throughout its body, Aibo wags its tail, sits, pretends to sleep, and even asks to be held. It can also be controlled through an app, where the user can teach it tricks and track its development. More than just a toy, Aibo is used in Japan as therapy for elderly people, in hospitals, clinics, and apartments where real pets are not allowed. And you? Would you have a robot as a pet?
Number 9. HRP-5. Designed to replace human workers in dangerous areas such as construction sites or high-risk zones, the HRP-5 weighs 101 kilograms and measures 1.82 meters in height. This robot is capable of handling heavy materials on its own, such as lifting and installing drywall panels, making it extremely useful on construction sites. It is equipped with 37 sensors and multiple degrees of freedom in its joints, giving it impressive strength and advanced mobility. Thanks to object recognition and environmental mapping technologies, the HRP-5 can navigate complex environments with minimal supervision. It has already been tested in large-scale projects such as shipbuilding and aircraft assembly. By taking over tasks traditionally performed by humans, this robot represents a huge step toward the future of autonomous and safe work. Number 10. Telenoid R1. Developed by the renowned Hiroshi Ishiguro, the Telenoid R1 was created to facilitate remote communication, especially for elderly people who live alone. This robot allows them to talk and interact in a way similar to a human conversation with family or friends from anywhere. It operates with 9 actuators and can be controlled from a computer, allowing the user to move the robot's body and transmit their voice in real time. The Telenoid R1 also simulates gestures and facial expressions, creating a warmer and more personal communication experience. It is roughly the size of a small child and has a somewhat strange appearance, without arms or legs and with a simplified face, which may seem uncomfortable at first. But interestingly, many users adapt quickly, especially when the robot mimics the voice of someone they know, making the emotional connection feel more natural.
Number 11. Jihira Kana. Developed by Toshiba, Jihira Kana is not just a robot, she's a revolution in customer service. This humanoid impresses with her ability to communicate in multiple languages and even use sign language, making her an accessible, warm, and surprisingly versatile figure. Alongside her robotic sisters, Jihira Kana is already being implemented in hotels, airports, and shopping centers in Japan, where she fascinates visitors and offers assistance like a true hospitality expert. With her, Japanese robotics raises the standard for customer service, adding a futuristic touch and completely transforming our experience in public places. Jihira Kana not only answers questions, she offers a new way to feel attended to in an increasingly automated world.
Number 12. HRP-4C Meme. This humanoid robot, nicknamed Meme, is a fascinating creation designed to resemble a young Japanese woman and shine in the entertainment world. With the ability to sing, dance, and talk, Meme is much more than a simple machine. She has surprisingly natural facial expressions and body movements.
Her appearances on fashion runways and shows have captivated audiences, offering a glimpse into the future of how robotics can merge with art. Meme redefines what it means to have stage presence, delivering a unique experience to audiences and showing the potential of robotics in creating new forms of art and performance. In summary, Japanese robots are redefining the limits of technology, transforming machines into almost human companions. From practical assistants to emotional friends, they give us a preview of a future in which interacting with robots could become completely normal. These advances not only expand technological possibilities, but also make us question what it truly means to be human in the digital age. And now, tell us, what surprised you the most? If you made it to the end of this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This encourages me to keep bringing you more content.